And Andy calls me. You're in the background. I could hear you chiming in. And for about, it had to be at least 30 to 45 minutes, you two just railed into me about how bad that album was. We told this on Rapzilla before, and so I'm trying to do my thing. The breaks kind of fizzled out. We launched King's Dream, and I made one of the worst mistakes you can make as an artist. Is I booked an album release show before the album was done. One of the worst mistakes you can make. So I'm like, yo, we do the King's Dream conference. This is December 2012. I pulled off a conference. I don't know how I did it. 2012.
Bro, you got vision, dog.
Yeah. I pulled off a conference. Andy actually came to the conference, came through, rocked. We had Farnsworth Bentley there. We had B. Reith. It was a lit conference. Like, it was a dope conference. And Andy's there, and at the conference, we announced, the conference is like the beginning of December 2012. We announced Ruslan KD album release show January 26th, right? Now, the album's not even nowhere near done, right? And this is me not only like doing a solo album, this is me pivoting from the breaks. This is me trying to make commercial music for the first time, because everything we did back then was so boom bap.
Yep.
And I'm like, yo, like, whatever, I got to figure this out. So Andy comes to do this conference. We announced the show. I put out Carry On out and throw an album release show at the House of Blues in front of 600 people. And I rushed to get this show because we had the groundswell of being able to sell physical tickets and get people out to stuff. And it was the House of Blues and this whole thing, and it was like kind of like the launch of King's Dream. That really should have been like, we're launching King's Dream. That should have been that show instead of like my album release party. This is what happens. This is what happens when you put yourself first before the vision and what's best for your community and your tribe. Is I did that and I played myself. And so anyway, I put out this album called Carry On, which the EP version of this is on Spotify. I pretty much stripped that record in half and just kept like the 6 best songs, because it was just bad. It was awkward. It was just a lot of whack stuff on there. And I remember, I don't know if I gave Andy a physical or whatever, and I remember Andy calling me and you being in the background. Now, me and Andy were friends. I only met you once or twice. And
man.
And Andy calls me. You're in the background. I could hear you chiming in, and for about, it had to be at least 30 to 45 minutes, you two just railed into me about how bad that album was.
I'm so sorry, man.
No. You don't gotta be sorry. It was a bad record, ill-timed, and I remember. It
just felt rushed.
It was really rushed, and it was awkward because I wasn't making commercial music. And I remember telling Andy, we're like, well, yeah, I had to get this record out because I had to get it out, and I had to do this album release show, and da-da-da-da. And Andy asked me, like, why? Bro, you're independent. Like, you don't have anyone else to answer to. Like, you get to pick your own schedule. Why would you put something out that you weren't confident in for the sake of doing a show? Like, and I remember, like, man, that was such a, like, all right, like, though I could do good shows and I could sell tickets or whatever, like, I had the buzz and the clout, it was a step back for me because the music just wasn't good.
Yeah.
And you were honest with me. Andy was honest with me. And it was actually, I really appreciated it because I actually ended up going all in on, one, I got a job at my church. Yeah. And then 2, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to focus on Belief Gives Dream Junkies. And then, oddly enough, you connected with Belief. Fast forward, you help him with Red Pills, Black Sugar, which was a dope record, 2014.
Slept on.
Very slept on.
Ooh, such a great record.
You had some production on that. I think 1 or 2 beats. I don't remember. And so, and then me and you connected, and we did Do For One together, where I feel like I think you touched almost every beat on there, and you definitely helped me with a lot of the writing, the features, the collaborations. But what's dope is, in terms of what you did for Andy, in terms of what you've done for me and Belief, what's dope about it is that you don't teach and mentor and coach where the artist has to be dependent on Ray Rock for the rest of your
I
career.
feel like that's bad teaching.
You empower, and then you make it so that now I don't need Ray Rock. I want to be around Ray Rock.
Yeah, like I feel like that's my biggest, the thing that I pride myself in sharing information, in coaching, is the idea that I don't want to give you the answer. When I teach, I want to lead you to the answer and give you the satisfaction that you had that discovery yourself.
That's good.
And I'm just like a little voice. I'm like Jiminy Cricket. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, go this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good.
And what that does is that allows me to feel like we can build on something else. Because for me, as a creative person, I get easily bored. And if I have to circle back and teach you the same thing again, I don't want to work with you again. And that's the tough thing about my personality.
Yeah, and it was so beautiful because for me it was like you really helped me discover myself and I just, growing up an only child, growing up an immigrant, I just didn't have a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like I just didn't know a lot about myself, and you helped me discover a lot about myself and did a lot of affirmation that I feel like really set me on the trajectory that I am now. And us kind of coming full circle and working on stuff, and now you coming full circle. You're Andy's DJ now, which is beautiful. And I remember asking Andy about that. I was like, yo, what's it like traveling with Ray? And he's like, bro, he was like, that's just my best friend, bro. So it's just dope having him around. I just like being around him. It's just fun. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, that's so, because I know exactly what he means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.